Hey guys, Disler Magic here, and there's a couple points I wanted to make that are somewhat related to the wonderful March 24th boycott F&M event, we'll say. It's more like a non-event. I'd refrain from calling it a protest at this point, given recent events. Apparently, protest now means some guy on Craigslist said he'd pay me $100 to go kick over some cans and pretend I'm a liberal. Honestly, I'd probably do it. But it sounds like, we had enough people to throw off the stats a little bit, or not throw them off, indicate something by the stats. We weren't trying to manipulate anything, just clearly send Wizards a message. Now, it sounds like it may have had a lesser impact because of something kind of funny. Well, a bunch of people in the comment section, and I mean a bunch of people, which you can extrapolate out, to the percentage of people who didn't comment as well. Basically, they've already stopped playing Standard. Either they've stopped showing up for F&M, period, or they've actually, converted to Commander F&M, Draft F&M, or Modern F&M. And you're probably thinking, what the hell are you talking about? How is that a thing? Believe it or not, it is within the rules in the WPN program and the F&M rules that you don't actually have to play Standard at F&M. That was actually part of the reason that they implemented the Standard Showdown, where it had to be Standard and it had to be on a different day. The same thing with Leagues. By the way, they're bringing back Leagues, and I think I'm going to try it this time if I can make it. It's going to launch very shortly after Amonkhet. Oh, and might as well reiterate this now that we're talking about it. The launch day for Amonkhet is now mandatory draft F&M. So they're replacing that Friday Night Magic with a draft so that people don't have less than one day to get their deck together. I mean, that's always been a problem. Well, unless, of course, your F&M doesn't play Standard. Oh, full circle. I came back. That's like a segue going in a circle. So if a bunch of players got together, and we'll just say the vast majority, probably not even just a half majority, because you never want to piss, like 45% of people or whatever off, that would just lose you customers, whatever. But if like 75% of people said, hey, I'd prefer to play Modern right now, Standard is a joke, all these decks suck, well, the local gaming store's choices are switch F&M to Modern or lose all their customers and have nobody show up and not hold any events. So yes, they are allowed to hold alternative formats for F&M. Now, whether it has to be a registered format, like an official format or not, I'm not sure. I doubt it could be Plane Chase, although that is kind of an official format. Could it be Frontier? Probably not. That's not a recognized format at all. Well, then again, they did hold it at the GP, so this is a little bit of a gray area. And then again, nobody showed up for it. By the way, that was hilarious. Turns out it's a garbage format that Solve doesn't have a sufficient ban list and people want a rotating format, and they wanted Theros in it. Kind of like I and everybody with a brain said. So Frontier's dead and buried, but, could somebody play Pauper for F&M? Could they play some made-up format like Blitzkrieg or, I'd say Two-Headed Giant? That is actually a legit format. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know that Commander and Modern are options because people said that that's what they're holding. So if you're not happy with Standard and you want a permanent solution, tell your local gaming store, hey, we want to try Modern. And yeah, no matter what you do, if you stay on Standard, you're going to lose people. If you go to Modern, you're going to lose people who don't have Modern decks. Or people who hate Modern like I do. I absolutely despise the state of Modern. It's fun to play at the tier 2 level. It's incredibly fun. I'd say it's better than Standard in most cases. But, in the meta, it's terrible. The top tier 1 decks are just a joke. If it was up to me, I'd ban almost every single one of them. At least the non-interactive ones. I wouldn't even base the ban on, power level. I'd base it on annoyingness and non-interactiveness. So sorry, bye-bye Storm, bye-bye Dredge, bye-bye every other giant combo pile of crap. Oh, then a really oppressive mean stuff like Lantern Control and Ad Nauseum, yeah, bye-bye. That totally wouldn't piss off tens of thousands of people, but, whatever. So the interesting point about all this is a lot of the people in the comment section said ever since cons they switched. A lot of people said just recently their whole entire store switched to a different format by default, or at least added a second one. Well, guess what? Every, I'll say week, but honestly day, Wizards gets the report of what events were run. It's in a central database and they have the statistics. I'm sure they're reviewing them once in a while because that's kind of important. So boycott FNM or not, it seems like a lot of people just aren't playing Standard and now they know about it. So even more people as of the 24th are not playing Standard in their eyes. Although I'm sure somebody tipped them off to my bright idea. I'm sure tons of their staff members that work at Wizards just follow the hell out of my channel, watch everything I make. I'm sure they're huge fans of mine. But that's good news because, you know, a one-time event that's just like a protest, even with my reach, probably isn't good enough on its own. Although just the sheer numbers of people who said they would do it, plus the people who would do it but didn't leave a comment, plus the people who thumbed up the video, plus just the sheer number of views, plus the people telling their friends not to show up, I mean, you're looking at thousands of people, and like I said, there's only 6,500 stores worldwide that hold F&M. So a couple thousand people not showing up all of a sudden just to not play Standard, hello, like that's on their radar. But then, I mean, just the sheer number of people saying we already don't hold Standard F&M. Holy crap, is Wizards hopefully getting the message at this point, because every single week, less and less and less and less and less people are playing Standard because it's such an unplayable pile of garbage. If you're still one of those people who lives under a rock or in your own fantasy world and you're going to continue to claim once again, there's nothing wrong with Standard, it's fun, you're just bad. Like, words cannot describe how clueless you are about what's going on, how deck building works, how the meta works, what anyone anywhere other than me is saying. Like, you just live in a fantasy. For the rest of us who actually have a brain, you realize that, you know, red, white, blue control counterspell removal spam isn't exactly the friendliest deck. It's not just the power level, it's the annoyingness, but then it's also the power level. The deck virtually can't be beat. Although I do now have a working deck that just stomps it, just kicks it square in the nuts. Probably going to share that with you within a day or two. Yeah, it's a single purpose net deck assassin deck, whatever. That's what I do under these circumstances. And yes, I will be back at F&M next Friday. So anyway, the whole point is I just wanted to share the potentially good information, you know, the good news that Wizards is getting more and more stats in that say, hey, people are not playing Standard, they don't want to, they switched, and now a bunch of people didn't show up on the 24th. That was just like the cherry on the top. So it's a little early to say yes, it had an effect, but I deeply suspect that yes, it had an effect. So that is fantastic. Hopefully something will change in the near future, although clearly it won't at this point. We have to wait until the release of Amonkhet. But then I think the ban train's gonna have to, you know, pull out of the station at this point. Unless, like, Amonkhet solves everything. And I've ran the numbers and ran, like, what would have to disrupt what would have to hate on what. No, it's not gonna happen. Never going to happen, not in a million years. Amonkhet would have to be so unusually designed and so specific to killing the set before it. It's just not going to happen. I mean, red, white, blue control removal spam and counterspells is so universal it can stop anything. So the antidote to it is so narrow and so specific, I just don't think Amonkhet will have it. Plus, counters and vehicles, if vehicles were counterable with like an actual working deck, I mean, there's enough artifact destruction right now. That's all I'm going to say. It would have already happened. So anyway, last reminder here, if you have not seen my, I don't know, probably not last video, but the one with the mystery face, we did a little collab with Jeremy. I don't know who the hell we is. It was just me. Oh, I forgot. You guys seem to think that I have a twin. You'll have to ask Jeremy about that. Because me and Jeremy from MTGHQ got together on Boycott F&M Day, and we decided to hit up the gun show. Well, okay, not the gun show, a gun show. That makes it sound like it's like a gay bar or something. I mean, if I had a gay bar, I'd probably call it the gun show. That's actually a pretty good name. But no, we hit up a gun show and made a really stupid 1-minute video because neither of us planned any of this at all. Wait until you see his video if he posts it. I haven't seen it yet, but I was there when we were filming it and it makes mine look like crap. So definitely subscribe to my channel because it's awesome. But also describe. Go over and describe to his channel. That's right, don't subscribe, just describe it. Just leave a comment describing it. And then subscribe to his channel to hopefully see that in the near future, maybe. Depends if it worked out or not. The video was idiotic. I don't do well unscripted. Let's see, how many tracks am I on right now just for this recording? Let me count. Okay, this what I'm saying right now, no joke, track number 58 in Audacity. I take so many takes, I don't think about what I'm going to say next until I pause it, and then I merge it all. That is why I don't do everything in like one take with minimal editing like Scarce does, and just show a video of me for no reason, as if staring at me for 10 minutes is entertaining. I don't know why the hell you guys want me to do that. And yeah, the video sounds a little better when I do it in like 60 plus takes, trust me. Not even takes, I mean literally stacked audio segments. They're an average of 15 seconds long, and then I think about what to say next and resume it. Like for example, ever since I've started recording this statement, it's been about 4 tracks. In fact, I just paused right there to think of something to say next. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for participating in Boycott F&M Day, and I'll see you guys next video.